a lot of people write to me from all over the world asking me questions, mainly because I made the mistake of saying on my website that if you ask me a question I'll reply, as long as it's not a question like, can you rewrite my marketing strategy for me? Well, a chap from Perth in Western Australia, Dan, wrote to me and he asked me a couple of questions, and I'm going to give one of them here. He said to me, what do I think about these websites designed like very, very long sales letters without any navigation options? They seem to be adopting, he said, all the characteristics and proven principles of traditional snail mail direct response marketing. And then he said, does the traditional sales letter format translate to the internet? And what do you make of these sales letters promising untold riches overnight without doing anything? So I'll answer one of those first, and then I'll answer another one second. Well, the first thing I always remember about this sort of thing is that years and years ago I saw two sets of research. One was from Gallup and one was from McGraw-Hill. The McGraw-Hill research showed that advertisements with more than 1,000 words in them were 25% better read on average than advertisements with less than 1,000 words in them. The Gallup research discovered that the advertisements that worked best were those that repeated the proposition 3 times. Why do I say this? Because the reason that these very, very long messages work is because you're able to say more. I did say to Dan that, in fact, I don't think he really was talking about websites. I think he was talking about long landing pages, not quite the same thing. But why do they work? Well, this is the point I'd like to make here. The principles of persuasion do not change because the medium is different. You do not change as a human being because you happen to be looking at a computer or looking at a television set. You're motivated by the same things, yeah? So number one, as a rule, good long copy will always be good short copy. And the reason is extremely simple. Number one, it gives people more reasons to act. Number two, it overcomes more of the objections they may have to acting. And number three, it allows you to repeat the proposition. And I said to Daniel, there is only one case where this principle, in my view, does not apply. And that is where you are trying a different proposition, format or incentive. In other words, if you're changing the deal, yeah, you may get a better deal where short copy would work better than long copy. But as a rule, if the proposition has not been changed, long copy will do better. I did add one thing. I said, the only answer to this is to apply the golden rule, test. And I was discussing this chap's question, Daniel's question, with two of my partners. And they disagreed. One of them said, because Daniel said something about they don't allow you to navigate off that long copy, yeah? One of them said, I think you should allow people to navigate off. And the other one said, I don't think you should because you'd lose them. And I concluded that what you ought to do is do a test where, yes, they can navigate off, but they can only navigate off to places where they have to order. In other words, you don't lose them. Do you get my drift? The important thing, long copy tends to work. Second important thing, test and find out.